in our house right now, a legend in the tennis circles and in other circles around here, and that is Sid Rothstein. And I'm interested in anybody, even if you've never called a radio station before, anybody who's taken lessons from Sid at all will call us right now at 219-845-1100. Anybody who's been in the camp, anybody who's had kids in the camp, anything like that, give us a call at 219-845-1100. Tell us what you remember about Sid and his tennis camp. He's known throughout the region as
That's
Mr.
correct.
Tennis.
My family was really furious. I mean, absolutely couldn't believe that I just was not going to work anymore. And I just did it because I really wanted to spend the summer with my kids. My wife was a school teacher, so she's off in the summer. And I just, most parks have a what they call a tennis camp, a tennis program. It's for an hour, hour and a half. And they may have, in a certain age group, they may have 12, 15 people sign up and have an instructor working with 10, 12 people for an hour, hour and a half. Well, that's not really a learning situation. It means your kid is hitting every 12th ball. So by the end time of the hour, hour and a half, maybe they hit 25 or 35 balls. I use a 5-to-1 ratio, and sometimes, and if the kids miss a day, they get to make it up. So some days there's only 4 on that court or 3 on that court, and so they hit 700 to 1,000 balls a day.
I can't think of a better place to spend the whole summer than Wicker Park, by the way. I want to go back to a comment. Now, you also had Gary Kaplan.
Yes.
Now, Gary Kaplan was my running mate when I was younger, and he is what people would call a trip. So was he any good at tennis?
You know what? You can't be bad in tennis because you're hitting 700 to 1,000 balls a day. If you have no coordination at all, it doesn't make any difference. When you go home the first day, you're shocked at how well you're doing.
I just can't.
Tennis is a kind of a game that you grow at it. You know, it's like golf. The more you play, the better you get.
Hey, Greg, you eat any cheeseburgers since you left the tennis court?
Absolutely not. All salad.
All right, buddy. Talk to you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for calling in.
Hey, Sid Rothstein's in the house. If you want to talk to him right now, 219-845-1100. Sid, we're also at a crossroads here for Purdue University Calumet. And Dowling Park is a site for many large-scale projects that are coming down the pipe, soccer fields, baseball fields, and the Sid Rothstein Tennis Center. Tell us about it.
Well, I was really honored and shocked when I got a call from Purdue Cal telling me that they're really applying to become a member of the NCAAs. And in order to have a sports program and be in the NCAA, you have to have 12 varsity sports, of which 6 have to be for the women and 6 for the men. And they only had 6 sports, so in order to be qualified to be a member of the NCAA, they decided that they were going to try to increase their sport available to the kids at school to 12. And so what they really set out with a program with the mayor of Hammond, McDermott, and the city of Hammond and the Hammond Park Board, together with Purdue Cal, was to do a project where they could add 6 additional sports so they could become a member of the NCAA. And they came up with they're actually building at the park a soccer field under lights for men and women. They're building a softball diamond for the women. They're building a regular hardball diamond for the men. And then they're building 6 tennis courts with the possibility of going to 9 in a couple years for men and women, which takes them to 12 sports. So that's the project that we're doing, with the combination of the city of Hammond, the Hammond Park Board, and Purdue Cal.
Now, let's go to the tennis center. We're talking about, if you guys know Dowling Park, and I'm looking at but just remember talking to the former athletic director who's no longer there, but it looks like they're going to put it on the southeast corner of the park. Am I right on that?
That's correct.
Yeah, southeast corner of the park, and it's going to be called the Sid Rothstein Tennis Center. How does that make you feel?
Well, I was totally shocked. I mean, it made me feel my eyes welled up and I broke out in tears. I mean, I just couldn't imagine. In the last 4 or 5 years, I've gotten 4 or 5 Lifetime Achievement Awards, which I really appreciate. But I'm doing something I really love doing, and so I don't feel that I'm any different than anybody else, for the simple reason, when you're doing something from the heart that you really believe in, and you've been doing it for years and years, that's what Sid Rothstein's all about. I mean, I was just honored.